Tuki the toucan, a little bird who showed us what love, trust, and patience really mean. It all started on an ordinary afternoon. Nothing special. We were just walking through a busy market when we noticed a row of cages pushed off to the side. The cages were old and rusty, covered with ragged blankets, and it was clear they were hiding something. As we got closer, we could hear small wings fluttering and faint little cries. And that's when we saw him. A toucan. He was sitting quietly in the corner of a dark cage. His beak, which should have been bright and colorful, looked dull and heavy. His feathers were flat and lifeless, and his body had sores that told us he hadn't been cared for. But it was his eyes that broke us. They didn't have the curiosity toucans are known for. They looked tired and scared. I turned to my husband and said, "Look at him. He's suffering." For a moment, neither of us spoke. Then he nodded. We knew what we had to do. We brought him home that day and named him Tuki. The first days weren't easy. He was weak and quiet. We set him near the window and whispered, "You're safe now." But safety was only the first step. That night, I stayed up searching for answers. What do toucans eat? How much sun do they need? How do you help one recover? It was overwhelming, but deep down, I knew we couldn't give up on him. At first, he barely moved. His beak seemed too heavy for him to hold up. But slowly, little changes started to show. Every morning, when we opened the curtains, he would hop onto the windowsill and sit in the sunlight. He didn't do much, just soaked it in. But day by day, he seemed a little brighter. One morning while I was writing, he tried to grab my pen. I laughed. That tiny act was huge. It meant he was healing. He wanted to play. He wanted to live. From that point on, Tuki slowly became the heart of our home. No matter what we were doing, he wanted to be part of it. Cooking, cleaning, watching TV. He'd hop around to make sure he was included. If someone left the house without him noticing, he would scream until you came back. It wasn't always easy, but I understood. He just didn't want to feel abandoned again. Then came the moment I'll never forget. One evening, I was gently stroking his feathers when he made a sound I didn't recognize at first. Not a chirp or whistle. He was purring, like a cat. His body relaxed, and he leaned into me completely. That was the moment I knew he trusted us. He had found love again. Caring for Tuki wasn't always simple. He needed constant attention. There were days when it was exhausting. But every time I looked at him, I remembered how broken he had been when we first saw him. Giving up was never an option. Now our home is filled with Tuki's funny noises, his playful personality, and the joy he brings every single day. He's not just a bird in our house. He's a teacher. He's shown us that compassion can change a life. He's shown us that trust can be rebuilt with time and patience. And most of all, he's shown us that love often comes in the most unexpected ways. Tuki was never part of our plan. We weren't looking for him. But sometimes life gives you something you didn't expect, and it turns out to be exactly what you needed. If Tuki's story touched your heart, please give this video a like. Share your own rescue story in the comments and subscribe for more true animal stories. Because when you save them, they often end up saving you too.